If there's one thing I've learned since I started this channel, it's that when you think you've heard the most insane claim ever, another one will come along which makes the already insane claim seem pretty tame by comparison. Now, I put up a community post yesterday asking you lovely lot if there's anything that I haven't covered before that you'd like to see me talk about. And whilst I have actually covered time travelers before, it's been a while. So I thought I would head over to Apex TV and check out what's been going on. And damn, there's a lot. Please subscribe. Hi, it's me, Creaky, and I've got a confession to make. I love nutters. For me, and what I do here on YouTube, the nuttier the better. So let's take a look at this very real video from Apex TV, where they interview a guy from the year 4040, who's got some amazing insights that we should really pay attention to, because none of them are really vague or based on things which have already happened. Honestly.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Apex TV. We are here today with a man named Adam Lawrence, who claims to be a time traveler from the year 4040.
Well, hello Adam Lawrence. Now, call me stupid if you want to, but I've got to ask. If you're gonna give your name and you're from the very distant future, why blur out your face? Who knows you here? And I don't mean all the people who actually know you and will mock you to within an inch of your life for going on Apex TV and claiming to be from the future. I mean, if you really were from the future, then nobody here is going to have any clue who you are. So you'd be safe, wouldn't you?
Now, Adam, first off, I want to thank you for coming out here today. It really is a pleasure to meet you.
Well, excuse me, I stand corrected. Adam isn't in any danger. He's just shy. The poor guy couldn't even bring himself to say hello. Well, he's either painfully shy, but ugly, or just good old-fashioned rude. Or would that be new old-fashioned rude? Because he's from the future.
4040 is obviously a long way in the future, and you claim you have traveled back in time to come to the year 2018. Can you explain to us why you've traveled back in time?
What actually brings me to the year of 2018?
I'd guess a time machine. But what do I know? I'm just an idiot on the internet.
Is the fact of, with things that are going on in today's day and age, I came back to study what its effect is on how people act in the future.
Seems like overkill to me. Don't you have a historical record in 4040 based on what I saw in that very famous time travel documentary series, Back to the Future? Time travel looks a little bit dangerous to me. Why risk it? Surely you could have looked all this information up online. Do we still have online in 4040? I've got so many questions. Is it still called online? What are this Saturday's winning lottery numbers? If I eat the ham I found in the fridge this morning that's 3 days past its use-by date, will I get explosive diarrhea? And most importantly, will I ever reach 100,000 subscribers? Yeah, that's your cue to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
Like, what things happen, like, with Trump being elected, how controversial that is in different countries, and including the US. It's created a controversy between people and how they live and act and how they view things, and I just came back to study that.
Yeah, like I said, historical documents would have told you all of that. Or most of it anyway. Now, the words that just leaked from your blurred out mouth are in no way even remotely close to being proof of anything other than the fact that you were up on the current affairs of 2018. Apex TV's got a lot of videos like this, and the one thing they all have in common, none of these so-called time travelers bring anything with them from the future to prove the time period they came from. Now, I will say this guy's made a little bit of an effort to look like he's a futuristic hipster with his zip-up suit jacket, but surely if you were a time traveler, then you would have some sort of technology with you that nobody could argue with. Did you think the one thing in common that I was going to say would be that all Apex TV videos were fake? Well, there's that as well, but I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Interesting. So, in the original email that you sent us explaining your story, you mentioned a lot of things that actually caught my eye. For example, you said you were born on which planet again?
I was actually born on Mars.
Ooh, Mars! The planet we currently know is the planet most likely to become inhabited by human beings. Maybe. If we can do it. Again, nothing groundbreaking there.
Many people actually live on Mars now. My parents actually thought that would be the best place to bring a kid up.
Weird. They didn't think of somewhere with a solid educational system or nice friendly people. Okay, maybe things are very different in the future and I'm gonna be the one who looks stupid in this video.
Speaking of Mars, there are many other planets that are also inhabited. The 4 others are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Pluto.
Pluto? Why the hell would we inhabit Pluto? It's tiny, as planets go. Pluto's a dwarf planet that lies in the Kuiper belt. I do I've said that wrong. An area full of icy bodies and other dwarf planets out past Neptune. Pluto's very small, only about half the width of the United States, and its biggest moon is about half the size of Pluto. It must be rammed, full to bursting point by 4040, and bloody freezing.
Now we also live on many other moons as well. There are too many to name all of them off, but yes, those 5 planets and moons are places inhabited.
Is counting not a thing in the future either? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Pluto. Now I'm no mathematician, but that's 4, not 5. But I'm being pedantic and I shouldn't. I guess I'm just disappointed that in 4040 nobody is living in Uranus.
Wow, so if you're able to go to all these different planets, even Pluto, like you mentioned, is commercial spaceflight a really common thing in the future?
Yes, they've created a sort of like bus-like spaceship. You can get on. It is actually fairly inexpensive now. It used to be expensive when it was just starting out. The prices have actually gone down tremendously now with increases in technology.
I don't mind saying that this is all making me a little bit nervous. How would he know such a thing? It couldn't possibly be because this is a conversation that's being had by millions of people across the world right now, and the fact that a couple of private space tech companies have already said pretty much exactly what he just said. Come on, Apex TV, your channel used to be good. Well, funny anyway. All your time traveler videos have done so far is tell us things we already know because they're already being discussed.
It usually takes about a day to get to the closer planets like Mercury, Venus, and Mars, but it takes more to longer to get to some of the moons of the other planets, and Pluto it takes about 5 days.
It takes more longer. Cool story, bro. So I see that grammar has become obsolete in the future as well. Now, if anything so far, all this video has done is made me feel better about the fact that I won't be around to see any of this. And whilst I know I am no linguist, I like to think that even I can string together a coherent sentence. Is everyone in the future homeschooled by Kent Hovind and Daniel Pratt or something?
Are you saying from traveling from Earth to one of those other planets?
Yes, from Earth, which is still the main home planet.
Wow, so we can travel across the solar system relatively fast.
Yes, it takes no longer than a week to get through the entire thing.
Now that's a pretty bold claim. I'm just glad you didn't say the whole of space, because that would be just ridiculous. And that's saying a lot, seeing as we are watching a guy claiming to be from the year 4040, so it wouldn't take 18.3 years, which is the current journey time, if we could do it. I guess things just get faster in the future.
So in the future, in the year 4040, you can travel between planets within our solar system, but can we travel to other solar systems? Because if it takes 5 days to get from Earth to Pluto, I assume we could go way farther than that if we wanted to.
Yeah. We can go anywhere we want in the future. Anywhere our imagination will take us. Which may well be the explanation for this entire video.
We have been told yes by the government, but it is only governmental. It is an experiment that they are trying, but they do not want just ordinary citizens going to those places just yet.
And why would they? I mean, if we let people get too far from Earth, then how are the mind-controlling rays gonna reach them? We don't want people in the future to be able to actually make their own choices. Is this another one of those top-secret things that somehow conspiracy theorists always seem to know about? They shouldn't really call them top secret, should they? They should call them secrets from everyone except conspiracy theorists, because they always seem to know.
We know that they are testing it currently, but most is top secret. That is all they have informed us.
Top secret, and yet somehow you know. And anyway, if you are a time traveler, couldn't you also just travel forward a bit to see how it plays out in the future? It's a perfectly valid question, I think.
Wow. Do you send unmanned probes?
Probes.
Do you send unmanned probes ever to other planets?
We have many robots out in space. Like, we have advanced technologies to the 2018 satellites.
And yet you don't seem to have autocorrect. 2019. This is not how you write 2018, but maybe that's Apex TV's fault. Sorry, future boy, I didn't mean to be picky. Also, did you mean you have advanced technologies compared to the 2018 satellite?
So how is technology in the future? Do we still have the internet?
Right, sorry, quiet everyone. I'm very interested in this part. I really want to know more about how the internet evolves and what sort of impact it has on our lives in the future. Will I be around to see any of it though? Probably not.
Yes, we do have the internet. We actually have special chips implanted into our brains.
You are kidding me. No way. Sort of like a Neuralink chip that has in no way ever been mentioned by anyone, especially not Elon Musk. You must mean a different kind of chip, and based on your speech, I'm guessing you went with a bag of chips?
We can search whatever we want and get whatever information we need on the spot.
Yeah, definitely not like Neuralink at all then, is it?
Wow, so you just think it and then it somehow interfaces with that thing inside your brain?
Yes, special government employees have developed an algorithm which applies our brainwaves into the current technology that we have.
So not scientists then. Steve from HR just came up with something in between HR and... Look, it doesn't matter. Why is it always the government? Now, I know this guy is probably just an actor and I'm reading way too much into this, but is that why people like this always feel the need to blame the government for everything? Now, I know that the various governments from around the world do a lot of shady things, but everything can't be their fault, can it? Or are they still douchebags, even in the future?
So do we still use wireless internet, like Wi-Fi in the future?
Yes, we do have to have Wi-Fi access for all of this to work.
Whoa! Now that's impressive. I can't get my phone to connect to the Wi-Fi in my house half the time. I can't wait for the day, which I sadly probably will never see, when Wi-Fi is so good that it's powerful enough to connect across the solar system. This is all so exciting and very believable.
But also, other government employees have developed a tech that gives us Wi-Fi across our entire solar system.
Oops. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit then, didn't I? Or am I from the future as well? And I knew what he was going to say. Of course I'm not. If I was, my face would be blurred out as well, wouldn't it, silly?
Anywhere in our solar system, you have access to Wi-Fi. On all the planets, all the moons, and even through the travels, you have unlimited access to Wi-Fi.
Wow, so you even have Wi-Fi when you're in between traveling, for example, from Earth to Mars.
Oh, what happened to mobile data then? Is that not a thing in the future? It's a lot more stable than Wi-Fi, as long as you've got full bars, obviously. Now, I don't want to appear as though I don't believe you, but at this point in the video, I feel it's only fair to point out that I don't believe you. And I wish I could say with confidence that nobody does, but based on the fact that Apex TV has 1.37 million subscribers, we will have to assume that there are a lot of people that do believe this sort of thing.
Yes, anywhere that you can be in our solar system, you have the access.
And then you can use that. Do you have some kind of a receptor inside of your brain that connects to the Wi-Fi then?
Of course he does. Haven't you been paying attention? He's got a chip. Poor interview skills, mate. Very poor. Anyway, I have another question, if I may. You don't look very old, but I am guessing that with the many medical breakthroughs that have happened between now and where you came from, 4040, people must be pretty much immortal.
So the average lifespan around 4040 is about 400 years old.
400 years old? That's a bit disappointing, but okay, 400 years is 400 years. Go on.
In the early 3000s, they developed a technical pill/medication that can take your body and decrease its age and increase its age and decrease it.
Did you follow that? Because I got completely lost. Right, hang on a second. A technical pill must have like a teeny weena compute. Teeny weena. Try that again. Must have like a teeny weeny computer in it or something. Now, to be fair, he did say medication as well though, didn't he? Anyway, I'm more worried about how it works. Because didn't he say that the pill decreases your age, then increases your age, only to decrease it again? So you basically stay the same age then?
Now, eventually, parts of your body, they just tend to die. That part of the body, the medication and technology just can't get to it. That is its average lifespan. But the rest of it gets to keep up. And yes, right now, currently, I am actually 105.
And I must say you look great. Looking at your hands, because they never lie. I wouldn't have put you much past 25. But that pill, sorry pal, sounds useless. What the hell is the point in only keeping the parts of you young that it wants to keep young? What the hell would be the point in having the body of a 25-year-old and the knob of a 300-year-old? Which I bet doesn't even work anymore. And no, I'm not speaking from experience. I'm not.
Wow. So what parts of the body are not affected by the medication you're speaking of?
The main parts are the brain and the nervous system.
Ah, right, so not the wiener then. My bad. But that's even worse. So you have a fit and healthy body minus the two most important parts. Sounds great. Now, I feel a bit stupid asking you this, but what do you... I'm speaking to you now, watching this, not the Apex TV guy. But what do you think? Wait, you didn't think I was going to ask you if you think this guy is legit or not, did you? No, my question is this. Are Apex TV serious, or are these time traveler videos parody? Either way, I hope you got a laugh out of it. And if you're new, smash the crap out of the like and subscribe buttons. It's really, really helpful and will fulfill my dream of becoming a 100,000 subscribe channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love you, bye.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.